Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for another training session. Today we are talking about moderation, the levels of moderation, and the difference between a moderator and an administrator. As you launch, it's not uncommon to turn on moderation to prevent issues. For example, if somebody receives a welcome email and they didn't want one, they may ask to be removed from the list by simply replying to the discussion. This can make things worse because then they will receive more unwanted emails. This may happen even though unsubscribe links are obvious in the email. So it's helpful for staff to moderate this type of posts to prevent them from being sent out. The period of moderation can be fairly short, but you may consider 1 week to a month to ensure things are running smoothly before giving your members more freedom. Moderation can be set community-wide per group, or if someone is particularly problematic or is breaking your policies, you can also set moderation per user. To turn on moderation for the entire community, so all the groups and every post, you will go to admin, organization, manage settings, and notifications. And under here, you will see group discussion approval. So you would set that to administrative approval. And under moderators, you can set the name of the people that you want to be moderators. This can be as many people as you want, and they don't necessarily have to be super users to be moderators. So the other way to add moderators is to do it per group. So here we can go under each of our groups. And once we are on the group homepage, you will see this manage group on the left menu. As a super user, you can see this manage group area. So you can go to profile or simply update profiles. And under the access tab, you can set group discussion approval to administrative approval. And again, set the name of the moderators. They can be anybody, volunteers, regular members, and they don't have to be a super user or have access to the admin side to be a moderator. Now, the last way to do it is to do it at an individual level. So for that, you would go to the person's profile. And manage person. And under the account tab, you will see a post require approval, and you will set that to yes. When somebody has posts that require approval, they will see this notice. Your post will not be displayed until it has been approved by a moderator. Okay, so when somebody posts a discussion and they need administrative approval, the moderators will receive an email with links that will launch a reply window, and they are just able to hit send. So let me show you an example here from a discussion that is pending approval. So they will receive a similar email, and they are just able to make the selection from here. So if I click approve post, it will open a new email with this subject line approve, and I could just click send from that, and it will approve this message. The moderator.
Noelle, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
So if we have a member who we want to put on moderation, but we don't have moderation on some of our committee communities, does the moderate, so if you can post to a community without moderation, but then a person has moderation on them, will that personal moderation still supersede that a moderation isn't needed for a certain community?
No, if an individual is set to be moderated, all their posts will be needed to be reviewed to approve or reject them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Also within the community, the moderators will receive messages and they can approve or reject from here. The other way will be to go to admin. And this is obviously only for super users. And go to moderate discussions. And in this area, you can make bulk selection to either approve or remove the post. Super user can also edit the post if there is something that they wanted to quickly remove or add a disclaimer of some sort. A super user is able to do that. Something that I also get asked regularly is if some moderation tasks are the same as being an admin. And like I previously said, that is not completely true, as a moderator can be anybody, a volunteer, any type of member within the community. So if something that gets asked as well is if a moderator receives group join requests. So if somebody requests to join a group, will a moderator receive that? And that's usually not the case. If there is not an admin set per group, the person who will usually get the request to join groups are the owner of the community, which you can see under manage settings and security. Whoever is set as owner will receive those requests. You can also add an admin per group to receive those group join requests. So to do that, inside of the group, you can go to manage group and roster and find the person that you want to receive those requests for this particular group and set their permissions to admin. And then just save, and that person will now receive the group join request.
Noelle, can you do that one more time for me?
Of course. So we are inside of, this is a group homepage. And now on the left menu, you will see manage group and roster. And you will find the person that you want those group requests to be sent to. And under permissions, they are usually read, and you will set them to admin. And then just save.
Thank you.
So, that is pretty much it for moderation. It's nothing, too crazy. Some things maybe that I should point out: if somebody receives an email to moderate and there's nothing done with that email, so their post is not approved or rejected, the following day, they will receive that email again asking for that post to be approved or rejected. So if nothing is done to the post, an email will continue to come every day. Is there any other questions?
Noelle, this might be something that is just specific to us. We have a former staff member who is no longer on committee rosters, so I'm unable to remove her as an admin, but she is still on the group request messages. So the messages say that they're going to Jill, Maggie, and Jess, but Jess is no longer in the committee, so I can't change her setting. Do I have to add her back to the committee to change her setting on our online community and then remove her from the committee again?
Yeah, that is weird. Did you look in the roster to see if you find her name there?
Yeah, I just looked for her in the roster and she isn't there. I can look into that a little more to make sure I'm doing it correctly. And maybe I'll just connect with you offline.
Okay, that will be fine. Yes, if you send me an email. Yeah, I don't see why those emails keep going back to her, but you can also just add her directly in the roster and maybe then try to remove her that way. So just add her in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So you type the name and they will be added. And then, change the permissions from here. Then
Okay.
remove her.
I can do that.
If that helps.
Thank you.
Of course. Great. So that was it on my part. Is there any other questions? No?
This was super helpful. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you, Kate.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.